Before we get started with this, make sure that the telephone on the vibrate. If you don't want to put that phone on the vibrate or silent, please just turn it off. Young people, don't be home in the night. Please, show some respect to the judge by saying yes, or yes ma'am, or no, or no ma'am. Don't want to hear no, or yes, or something like that, okay? Explain it to you, outside of the court.
All right, thank you, Hulk. And good evening, everyone. Welcome to Albany Municipal Court. By now, you should have all gone over this advice and waiver of rights form. It explains your constitutional rights as a person charged with a misdemeanor offense in the state of Georgia. If at any point you have questions, please raise your hand. I want to make sure everybody understands what they're doing. You can enter one of three types: guilty, not guilty, no contest. Guilty is self-explanatory. That means I did it. I want to go ahead and get this resolved today. Not guilty is also self-explanatory. I did not do this and I wish to have a trial. No contest, some people say, is guilty with an explanation. What it really means is that you're not contesting it. You're saying, I'm not admitting it, I'm not denying it, I just want to get it over with today. You can be sentenced to serve up to 12 months in jail and or a fine of up to $1,000. Now, that does not mean that anybody's going to be sentenced to serve up to 12 months in jail or anything close to that. I just say that so you know the difference between what you're charged with, which is a misdemeanor offense, and felony offenses. All right. My under 21 drivers, I want to make sure that you understand everything you need to comply with in order to have your citation dismissed. Does anybody under 21 have any questions whatsoever? All right. Martavius Freeman, why did you miss court the first time?
Hey, I work overnight.
Okay. And did you forget about court?
Yes, I have got.
Okay. All right, we'll allow you to complete a defensive driving school and pay this fine of $150. And once you do that, this citation will be dismissed, okay?
All right.
Now, all of you will receive a return court date. That is just for us to check to see if you have complied. If for whatever reason you have not paid your fine and submitted the documentation, you will need to come to that next court date. Otherwise, you could suffer adverse consequences. All right, Janae Coleman. Hello, did you forget about court as well?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Why were you going so fast?
Oh, I was taking somebody home.
You realize this is a super speeder ticket
Yes, ma'am.
and that your license would be suspended? Unless you complete defensive driving school and pay this fine. I'm gonna have to increase your fine a little bit more. They put 150, but your fine is gonna be $200, okay?
Okay.
Have you already given them the information about defensive driving school? Okay. All right, you can have a seat. Oh, what do you want? Go over there? Okay. What I do it on? Okay. All right, Ashton Palmer. All right, Ashton, nobody was injured, were they?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you understand what you need to do, the defensive driving school and the insurance claim settlement letter?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Your Honor, can I ask a question about that letter?
Mhm.
The insurance was not in my name. He was being loaned the car by his grandmother who lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
He has since purchased the car from her, but the claim was in her name.
That's fine.
She has early dementia. I've done spoken to her about the claim. I don't know that I'm gonna be able to get anything. I don't have any access to anything. It's not in my name.
But he bought the car from him?
He's since purchased, well,
I have
she
it.
was given,
I haven't
he
signed
given the
paperwork.
car for, yeah, he was actually given the car. He just graduated.
Okay.
Um. But the car is now in his name. It's parked at my shop. That it's not driving right now.
Okay. Well, the concern is the other driver.
I understand.
Is this your mother or his
This
mother's?
is my aunt, my
Okay.
adopted mother.
And no, so she's got early onset Alzheimer's. No one
Right.
assists her?
She does, my cousin does, but we don't really have a relationship
Probably,
with my cousin.
I could probably get a hold of her.
Well, sure you can, but
What did he
I
say?
just think he says he can probably get a hold of her, but I just think we're gonna have a problem getting that letter.
Why is that? I mean, he said he can,
Well, he can.
It's possible.
We haven't gotten anything else for the vehicle, the title, anything that was supposed to happen. No one knows where anything's at.
is there? Did she have valid insurance?
She did have
Yes.
valid insurance. She did.
Well, just try to get it. That's what I can say at this,
And if we can't, just show up at that next court date.
yes.
Okay.
All right. Brianna Reed?
Afternoon, Your Honor.
Hello. Now tell me what happened.
I was making a left-hand turn and there's an officer sitting on the side with his lights on and I drove past him in the lane next to him.
Were you familiar with the move over law?
I was
before
not.
this?
No, ma'am.
Okay. This is also an offense that would suspend your driver's license. Have you since, I'd rather, as opposed to you completing a defensive driving school, write a paper, purpose of the move over law. And the penalties for a conviction.
Yes,
Okay. 3 pages, type, double space. Okay?
Okay.
We normally have people write and present the papers. I just need for you to write it.
Yes, ma'am.
Nelson, right. Let's see. Do we have any people that were pleading not guilty and want to have a trial? Okay. All right, Krishana Owsley. You are 31 years old. You have 18 plus years of education
Yes, ma'am.
and you understand your rights?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Failure to appear, you're pleading not guilty.
Yes, ma'am. I received the wrong date, I want to say, but they gave me this date right here, so I'm not really sure about the other
What do you
date.
mean you received the wrong date?
When I went to the Civic Center, she told me they had me on file for some date to come to court, and that's when she told me I had a failure to appear. So they rescheduled me for today.
Okay, so
I was going down there to try and like figure out about my ticket.
April
So
the 2nd.
yeah, that's the one that I missed.
So that's why you charged with failure to appear.
Oh well, see, that's what I'm saying. I didn't. It was just miscommunication. So
Yeah.
I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So by the time I
You didn't
went
know
to
what?
them, I didn't know that date was a date. So I'm saying they told me that that was a date for me to go to court when I went, and so it was
Did you
sometime
lose your
after that.
ticket?
Yeah, I don't know where my tickets are.
That's why you have a failure to appear,
It's
because you missed your court date on April the 2nd. How do you plead to that?
Nolo.
And you want a trial on having an expired license?
Oh no, man, I don't actually, but I got my license. My birthday had passed, and so I missed that day. It just slipped my mind. So when he told me my license would expire, I went and got my new license. I got my license in my pocket now, so it's not an issue. And then the card
So
thing,
how do you plead to it? You circle not guilty.
no low there. You do no low,
And the registration,
and you do no low. Yeah, you just do no
is
low.
it still suspended or do you?
Well, it wasn't in my name, so the whole entire accident is just a complete mess. It was my grandmother's car, but my cousin he had the insurance on it, so that stuff was in his name and her name. I don't have like any of that information with none of that stuff.
I'll reduce that to no tag. In the future, make sure that before you drive somebody else's vehicle, you make sure it complies with all the rules of the road, because it's not a defense that it wasn't your car.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what type of work do you do, Kashana?
Right now I'm working in the mall.
Are you gonna be able to pay these fines?
I guess I got no choice.
Well, you can do community service.
I ain't gonna have time to do that. I mean, that whole incident was a hit and run. The person that hit me, they still haven't charged them with nothing. They was on the scene of the crime. They gave me these tickets, and so I don't have time to do that. I had to miss work for that. And so yeah, like I said, that whole case is a big mess. I still don't to this day I haven't had a rental car, haven't been paid anything, nothing.
Paid anything?
Like nothing. I haven't been compensated for being in an accident. Like nothing has happened. Like I've been having to go to therapy already, but like it's a mess. It's a hit and run. But like nobody's been charged. Nothing's happened with it. But I'm here today. Yeah, they classified the rental car as being stolen because the person that rented the car wasn't driving, but the person that was driving isn't the one that's listed as the renter. And so he got out of the car and ran. He told them that his sister was the one driving. But it was a vehicle filled with all males wearing ski masks. They all jumped out and ran. Yeah, so he was actually talked to by the police and they let him go because he said he wasn't there. But it's weird that you would rent a car, well, have a car on the scene of a crime that you didn't drive and you say your sister drove it, but she's not there and you are at the exact same time that the accident happened. Would you have time to get there? Yeah, I'm pretty sure because they didn't follow through with it.
I'm saying, yeah.
I'm
No.
just saying they just didn't
No, I'm
follow
just
through with
saying,
it.
I'm 57 years old. Quit saying yeah to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
I figured at some point you catch on, but you keep doing it.
I just talk fast. I'm sorry about that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Johnson. This person. Detail. Contact with Johnson, who was at a gas station. And that's when he said his sister was shot. Was this at night when this happened?
Yes, ma'am. 7, 8, somewhere around that time.
All right. I accept your pleas of no contest. I find that there is a factual basis for your plea, and you made a known and voluntary waiver of your rights. With regard to the failure to appear, that fine is $100. I'm gonna suspend your other fines.
Thank you.
When can you pay your $100 fine?
I get paid next week, so I can do anytime next week.
All right, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks to pay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. What do y'all want to do? All right, Jamonzia Burks, I'm sorry.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Did I pronounce your name?
No,
correct?
ma'am. It Jamonzie Burks.
Jamonzia. All right. You're 23 and you have 12 years of education,
Yeah, ma'am.
and you understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you circle not guilty for failure to appear.
Yeah, man. Cause I had done came up here like last week and called. Cause I thought my court date was on the 6th or something like that. Do you know the date for it? Cause I had got it rescheduled.
Your original court date was March the 24th.
March the 24th. I know I called up here. I had called up here to get it rescheduled for the 12th.
Was that after March 24th?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so how do you plead failure to appear for missing court March 24th?
Not guilty.
Did you show up on March 24th?
I really can't remember, but I know I came up here though. The post somebody was up here when I came up
Up
here.
where?
When I went to the Civic Center.
On March the 24th?
Yeah, man.
And
I
what,
know I ain't missed no court date.
and what happened when you went up there on March 24th?
They told me I had to come another day.
Why did they tell you you had to come another day?
I don't even know.
You didn't say my court date is today?
Yeah, man, I did. And they rescheduled. I swear to God. Yeah, man, for real. I've been on top of my stuff. I've been calling up for like every week.
Right. Wouldn't I have been there March 24th? Yeah.
I know I came up here. I went to the Civic Center
What time?
in the morning,
What time?
like 8, 9-ish when I got off work.
8, 9.
Yeah.
Seven. 11:26.
Yeah, man, cause that was after I had to come all the way back to the other court. 'Cause I really ain't know where I was going.
Yeah,
Like,
so if you showed up at 11:26, I'm sure.
like I ain't show like look first I went to the
Wait
Civic
a
Center.
minute. Right. She just showed me paperwork that says that your case was rescheduled yeah, I'm looking at 11:26.
Yeah, man.
March 24th.
That was way after like when I figured out like what to do and stuff. Like
But my question, you say you came
yeah, man, I went to
at
the
9
Civic Center.
o'clock?
I came like 8, 9 o'clock.
So
Like
why did it take you, why were you scheduled 11:26 then? I'm confused.
that just was the time I went out there to go get it rescheduled.
Went up where to get rescheduled?
My court date.
You said that was the time I went up there to get rescheduled. Went up where?
Well, I went to the what you call it, the tag office or whatever
So
it's
why
called.
did you go to the tag off?
You said why then?
Why did you go to the tag off?
To get it rescheduled.
Why did you go over there to get it rescheduled? Who told
Um,
you to go over there to get it rescheduled?
They told me that. Well, really, my grandma told me, but when I first got to the civic center and stuff, like they told me my court date went on that day, so I just went up there and got my court date rescheduled. She the one who rescheduled it.
Well, I see that she rescheduled you. The
Yep.
problem is it was rescheduled at 11:26.
Yeah, man.
So you go up there at 9 o'clock and they tell you you're not on the calendar and they tell you you need to get it rescheduled.
Yeah, man. But I ain't know
Hold
what.
on. So you just left.
I mean, I left to try to figure out what was going
And
on.
how did you figure out where to go get it rescheduled?
I mean, I ended up making a couple phone calls. My grandma was sending me numbers and stuff, and that's when I ended up getting it done.
So you called back and spoke with someone and they said you need to come up here to get it rescheduled.
Well, they told me to go to the tag office. Yeah,
And
man.
so
but-
for 2 hours, you just were trying to figure out where to go.
Yeah, man. I really didn't know where to go. Like I ain't know. I'm new to this stuff. Like I don't really
The
be.
thing is this, you say you come down there and they say you need to get another court date. And you don't say, why do I need to get another court date? My court date's today. That's on my ticket. You don't say that.
I mean, I did. I mean,
So you told whoever was there, I'm supposed to be here today, and they told you that you need to get the case rescheduled.
yeah, man. That's exactly what happened. When I went up, I came to
Look
court.
like that you spoke with.
It was somebody that looked like him. I don't know these people. Like it was somebody that looked.
He
just
had on, he was dressed like that.
Yes, man. It was just like that. The man seen me in there. I came up there. I ain't putting it on God or nothing, but I came
No,
up
this
there.
is back.
Man, well, I ain't lying. I came up there though. I did come up there, and I got it rescheduled the same day. I just,
Same day.
I just ain't know
But it
like,
would have been at 11:26 after court was over.
yeah, man. But I came up here in the morning though, cause I was already up anyway. I get out work at 7 o'clock in the morning. Like as soon as I got out work, I put on my clothes, took me a shower, and came to court.
Ms. Patterson, do you have asked any questions when people come up to get their cases rescheduled the same day?
They come the same day and the court session, the court is already in the session, I'll sit them on the citizen, you know, that they'll be late. If they come after court session is over, and I, no ma'am, I don't ask the court as far as why did they do it.
Well, let me ask this. Who issued a failure to appear if you all scheduling the same day? Who did that? Who would have put a failure to appear on here if you rescheduled them to for court the same day?
And
I ain't talking to you.
I'll ask, could I say so?
Fact that they to appear.
Okay. Yeah, let's not going forward. If a person reschedules court on the same day, don't give them an extra $100. Don't do that. Here you go. All right, I'll dismiss that. Because court was rescheduled the same day. But in the future, if you know you are where you're supposed to be at a particular time and on a particular day, and somebody gives you some other information that you need to leave, I need for you to ask a few more questions.
Yeah,
okay?
man.
All
Yeah,
right.
man.
Have you gotten your license reinstated?
No, man. I can ask them. Actually, on my case for that, like I've been going through so much with that. Like I ain't had no license in like almost a year. Like I just like.
Oh, yeah, the DUI.
Yeah, man. And yeah, man. And I can say something else. Like I got DUI for no reason. Like this man locked me up. I ain't even have no weed on me. I wasn't even high. I just got all work. I do smoke though. My car probably was smelling like weed, but like I ain't smoked that. I had a just got all work. I can show you my schedule and all when I first got all work and all. I can go get it for you and bring it back. Swear to God, he ain't find no weed on me, nothing. Like I went to jail for no reason. And I still, and then they told me, I couldn't do
You're
nothing.
gonna go to jail if your car smelling like weed. I'm just gonna tell you right
Yep.
now.
Yeah, man, I can say one more thing though, like,
Don't, why stop? Go ahead.
well, dang, you made me forget what I was gonna say, but dang, but yeah, I forgot. Nah, dang, it was right on my head, but I don't forgot that fast.
So they asked you to take a blood test and you refused?
Yeah, man.
Well, that's why your license is suspended.
Oh, for real.
Called
Also,
implied consent.
so, oh, well, I can say, I can
Yes,
ask question.
yes. You
Oh,
don't have to
but
keep asking.
But yeah, man, but I ain't know that though. I ain't know like cause like when I asked him, I was like, if I take the blood test and show you that I'm not hot, am I still gonna go to jail? He was like, yeah. So I'm like, what's the point in taking the test if I'm still gonna
Your
go to jail
license
anyway?
being suspended.
I just was looking at it like I'm
Why
still
would you
going,
stop?
man.
Why would you stop with that DUI?
Why was I stopped? Why was I stopped? I think it was for a speeding ticket. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. It happened like a year ago. I really don't remember.
July the 4th. That's
Yeah,
what
man.
you got.
July 4th. I got a lot from 4th of July. Yeah, man. That's the date right there.
How long were you in jail?
I bought that same day.
So what have you done to try to get?
Man, okay, now I can say what I want to say. Okay, look, man, I've been calling. You can ask anybody that
I'm
been
not
sitting
gonna
up
ask
there.
you.
But I've been coming up there every day. But every time I
Going
come
up
up there
where?
to the tag play where I got my thing rescheduled, I just be asking questions because like I don't be
Okay.
knowing could like
Doherty County State Court.
yeah, man, that what they were telling me like it was for the state.
Have you been to Doherty County State Court?
I went in that little room in the little, you know, the little regular room, like the little regular court y'all be having. Like I went in there and they told me to go to this room and the lady had on talk to me and she was like, they can't do nothing till they send me nothing in the mail. And I ain't got nothing in the mail yet. And I've been struggling, like trying to get to work, got my little sister and stuff, be having to take her to go do stuff, this and that and the third, and I still ain't had no license. Like and nothing to do to get the license. I offering to pay anything or whatever I need to do to get them back, to be honest. Whatever you need me to do, I'm here to do it. Whatever I got to pay, I'm here to
Well,
pay.
that case is not in this court.
It ain't, so y'all can't like help me do nothing toward that. Get like a what you call it, like at least a little permit, like so I can try to work or something.
Can't do that. That
Can't do
has to
that
go through.
So I gotta wait on the mail, basically the same thing, really.
Unless you get an attorney.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do then.
That's what I would suggest you do. Try to get an attorney that can help you with that, okay?
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm gonna reduce your suspended license to no license. And it allow you in a guilty plea on that. With regard to your speeding, 62 in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, I'll accept a no contest plea. The fine for speeding is 120. Suspended license reduced to no license, 350. Want me to give you the regular fine, 750.84?
Nah. Oh nah.
$470. How long is it gonna take you to pay that?
$470. Let me see. Get paid next week. 2 weeks after that, we get paid again. I ain't even
Who do
gonna,
you live with?
my mom,
Okay.
but I ain't even gonna lie. Like that's all gonna take me about a good. I mean, I could pay it in a month. Cause like I do be having bills and stuff. Like, I still be having to help my dudes out, and, you know, pay on my car, even though I can't drive it, but I still got to pay on it. So you know what I'm saying. But if you give me like a month, I get it right. Really about 3 weeks, like 3-4 weeks, I have everything straight.
What about 45 days?
Yeah, man, that even better.
45 days to pay.
Yeah, man, I
I
promise
do.
you I'm gonna have.
All right. I do find that you made a knowing and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there is a factual basis for your plea. Once again, the failure to appear is dismissed.
Yeah, man,
All right, have a seat.
it's Lord.
All right. You all with the baby. What's your name? Is it Lamar? Jamar. Okay. You can come on up. All right, sir, you are 23 years old. You have 11 years of education,
Yes, ma'am.
and you understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form.
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions about your rights?
No, ma'am, not at this moment,
All right, why were you charged with interfering with police? Did you give a false name?
ma'am.
You're charged with interfering with police. Did you give them a false name?
No, ma'am.
What are they saying? What do you do?
It's all right here. They were saying I was wrestling and not complying with what they were telling me to do, but I have epilepsy, and I believe that I went into a seizure while they were arresting me, because on here it also states that my body went limp and everything like that, and he was steady trying to pick me up and sit me upright, and I wouldn't comply, and like I said, and then I woke up in jail with a broken jaw, and like I said, a lot of it, I went black during the moment of this here, so a lot of it is blank for me.
So you blacked out, you don't remember doing all this and saying all this?
No, ma'am.
And you've read the report. Would you agree that that's interference with police?
It's more definitely interference with police, yes,
All right.
but I don't remember any of it, honestly. And I know I had a seizure because I also had one at the jail.
What does drinking beer do to your epilepsy?
And make it, you know what I'm saying?
So why are you buying beer then?
You know what I'm saying? Actually, I've been working on stopping drinking, period. Before I started having seizures and epilepsy as bad, I used to drink, you know what I'm saying, a lot, and it just something I'm working with.
Okay. All right.
But it's not like as soon as I drink a beer, the next day I'm having a seizure. You know what I'm saying?
Not that,
Yes,
but
man.
you
No,
should
no,
be
no.
drinking.
Yes, man. You're right. I'm just letting you know that also.
All right. What type of work do you do, Mark?
Pain.
And that's your little one?
Ma'am.
Is that your little one?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. What's the fine for interference with police? 330. Fine for interfering with police is 335.75. What's the fine for shoplifting? I'm gonna reduce that fine to $250.
I very much appreciate it.
585.75 is your total fine. How long is it gonna take you to pay that?
You said, repeat that for me one more time.
585.75.
At the moment, it's gonna take me a little time. I mean, what can you work with me on, honestly? Because I'm in a movement of moving into a house and things like that also. I have a lot of
You wanna
bills.
do community service instead of the fine?
What time limit does, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does the schedule work with that there? Because I also have to be to work in the morning from 8 to
I can put
4:30.
you on probation.
Well,
Pay it off.
you ain't gotta do that there. I I I can pay it off. What's
How
the,
much, how long would it take you to pay it?
uh,
Almost $600.
can you give me a month or more? 45 days like you did the last guy?
I'll give you 45 days to pay.
Thank you.
All right, I do
Thank you.
find that you made a known and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for your plea. All right. Just have a
Thank
seat. All
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
LaShonda Mims? Did the other one come? Oh.
How you doing?
All right. You are 37 and you have 11 years of education?
Yes,
And do you understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form?
yes, I do.
Do you have any questions?
No questions.
Why did you miss your court date?
I actually went to the courthouse and they didn't tell me anything different. I had court. I had an old ticket for the lights on my car. And so I'm thinking that was for the headlights. Nobody said anything different. So I got a letter in the mail saying that I didn't pay the ticket. So I went down and tried to pay it and they told me I couldn't pay it. They told me that it was mandatory that I had to come to court. So I have the
All right.
old ticket for what I paid. It was for
What
head.
did
I
you
mean,
pay? You had another ticket?
it was all, and they didn't tell me. They just went on and did court. They didn't say, hey, this not your court date or nothing. They just told me to go to the third floor. So I'm thinking I took care of the ticket for the headlights.
Okay.
This ticket was for lights I had on my car, like the lights that go up under your car. I had got stopped, and it was an old ticket.
February 7th,
Hmm.
when you got these tickets.
Yes.
Is your registration still suspended or did you get that?
It was
reinstated?
somebody else's car. They was letting me borrow the car to take my daughter back and forth to school. But yeah, they took care of it. Here's the receipt.
Ellery Cooper,
Mm-hmm.
here you go there, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. For failure to appear, I'll
Mhm.
accept a no contest plea. That fine is $100. Tail light required and suspended license reduced to no tag. I'll accept no contest pleas and I'll suspend the fines on both of those
Thank you.
since the registration is now valid and the vehicle does not belong to you. Just be careful going forward anytime you drive somebody's car.
I know now.
All right.
I
then.
don't know.
When can you pay your $100 fine?
Today.
All right. Well, tomorrow.
Well,
Pay it
tomorrow. Tomorrow.
I do find that you made a knowing involuntary waiver of your rights, and there is a factual basis for your point. Let's have a seat.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Walter Moss. Good evening, Mr. Moss. You're 64 and you have 12 years of education,
Yes, ma'am.
and you understand your rights, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions about your rights?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever get your registration reinstated?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an insurance lapse?
Yes, ma'am.
And why did you miss your original court date?
Didn't know the difference between the third month and the fourth month. I came up here in April when my court date was in March.
Got it mixed up?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm gonna reduce your suspended registration to no tag. And I'm gonna reduce your fine to $150. And on your failure to appear, I'm gonna suspend that fine. I'll
Okay.
accept a guilty plea on the failure to appear and on the no tag.
Yes, ma'am.
And once again, your fine is reduced to $150. When can you pay that, sir?
Tomorrow.
All right, pay it tomorrow. I do find that you made a knowing and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there is a factual basis for your plea. Just have a seat. They'll get to you shortly, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ashley Bird. Hello, how are you? Hi, how are you? All right, Ms. Bird, why did you miss your court date?
I got the days mixed up.
Okay. And tell me what was going on with your decal. Was it the wrong tag you had on?
Oh no, I was in my best friend's car or whatever. She had just had surgery. I was going to grab her something to eat, and the sticker wasn't on the car, but I didn't realize it wasn't on there, but it was inside the car. She just hadn't put it on yet.
It's okay, yeah. Sticker not applied. So you weren't charged with no tag, just not having it on. What is that fine? Yes, we got that. Yeah. I'll accept a guilty plea to the sticker not being applied or operating without proper decal. Also, guilty plea to failure to appear. Your fine for failure to appear is $100. I'm gonna suspend the fine on the decal. When can you pay the $100?
Next Friday.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks to pay.
Okay.
I
Thank
do
you.
find that you made a knowing and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for your plea.
Thank
All
you.
right. Jameek Foster.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, you are 29 years old. You have 12 years of education,
Yes, ma'am.
and you understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, why'd you miss your court date?
I overslept. I work 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning at Miller Course, and I think my court date was at 8:30 in the morning that next morning. So I just overslept. Then I called in and I asked them could I reschedule, but I didn't know they was going to charge me with failure to appear. I wish they would have let me know that, but yeah, same thing.
All right. I'm gonna dismiss your failure to appear since you rescheduled court the same day.
Yeah.
Did you ever get the registration reinstated and insurance on your vehicle?
Insurance, yes. Tag, no, ma'am.
Why not?
It been rough. Cause I got insurance lapse and I think they charged me like 150 or like 200, but they've been kind of rough for the past month or so, part with bills and stuff.
When do you think you're gonna be able to get it?
The tag?
Uh-huh. Are you driving that vehicle now?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Hmm.
When are you gonna be able to get it?
This week coming up next Wednesday.
Alrighty. I'm gonna allow you to enter guilty pleas as opposed to no contest. No contest usually should be reserved for moving violations because moving violations will add points on your license. These charges will not. I am gonna reduce the no suspended registration to no tag, and I'll reduce the no insurance to no insurance on person.
Okay.
Do you know what the fine is for suspended registration?
I think I looked online like 500 or something.
600 something.
600, yeah.
And no insurance is 400. So you're talking about $1,000 worth of fines.
Yeah. I never really had too much, not saying this excuse, but I ain't never really had too much trouble with just driving. I'm a truck driver. Well, I used to be a truck driver. I was a truck driver for 5 years and I'm a yard jockey now, but I ain't never had too much trouble just, with violations and stuff.
All right, I reduced the no insurance on person fine to $200. The no tag, that'll also be $200. Total is $400.
Okay.
How long is it gonna take you to pay that?
A month.
I'll give you 45 days to pay.
Okay.
I do find that you made a knowing and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for your plea.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
Mhm.
Thanks.
Jakia Robinson.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. You are 31 and you have 12 years of education,
Yes, ma'am.
and you understand your rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you oversleep too?
I'm just gonna be honest.
You just forgot.
I'm just say I forgot honestly. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you get the headlight fixed?
Yes, ma'am. I have another vehicle too.
All right. I'll accept guilty pleas on a failure to appear, headlight requirement, and no license on person. Make sure you keep your license in your
Yes, ma'am.
wallet. All right. Fine for failure to appear is $100. I'll suspend the fine on the headlight violation, and I'll suspend the fine on no license on person. How long will it take you to pay your $100?
I could pay it tomorrow
All
or
right.
today.
Pay it tomorrow. I do find that you made a knowing and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for you.
Yes, ma'am. Why do I go pay the $100 at?
Tag office.
Tag off. Okay.
All right. Well, actually, the building where the tag office is located, you actually pay your fine in the treasurer's office, which is when you first walk in, the first door on the left. That's where you pay it. All right, Justin Craven. All right, you are 41 years old. You have 12 years of education,
Yes, ma'am.
and you understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form.
Yes, ma'am.
Have any questions for
No, ma'am.
me? They know. All right, why'd you miss court?
I was in a car accident. I broke my back. And the hospital actually, we called that morning and they gave us a number to fax something over to,
Mm-hmm.
and they did fax it supposedly. I mean, I thought they faxed it
When were you in the accident?
February 10th. I just came off a cane, just came off a walker, was in there 16 days. That's why I'm holding myself up.
Let him sit down. Okay.
Never thought I'd be, I had to break my back after walking.
All right, I see that. And I said send court date for mid-April. So we just forget to, what was in what was the original court date? Okay. October 29th, 2024 was the original court date. And
That's the 30th.
yeah, that was the date on the ticket.
That's my fault. I didn't see that.
It's on the ticket. So if you misplace the ticket, lose a court date. All right. Did you get the tag light repaired? And do you now have insurance on the vehicle?
I get that. And I also, at that time, I didn't have I had last, but I worked for they had, I don't know if that stopped. But I did Google it, and you got proof that they had insurance on it, and all that stuff. Mine had last,
Okay.
but they had liability.
Do you have any paperwork to show that?
My phone.
Pull it up. What vehicle? Contact Odyssey or the court date. I mean, citation.
There's like 3 or 4 pages there.
What date?
It says on there that it was valid from 10/1 to
Do you still have that vehicle?
No,
Okay, where is the date?
it's in, I can say,
Okay, I see it.
10/1/24.
Got the ticket, page 24.
I was working for them, so they had insurance. I just screenshotted it off. So I was working for them when I got pulled over.
Oh, okay, well, find that one for 8/29. But technically,
I am such that, according to them, I am such to have insurance myself.
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna reduce the no insurance to no insurance on person. I'll accept a, no contest plea. Guilty to failure to appear, guilty to tag lights. Required, $100 fine for failure to appear. I'm gonna suspend the fine on the tag light violation, on the no insurance on person. I'll reduce that fine to $200. Your total fine is $300. How long is it gonna take you to pay that? 45 days, like everybody else. All right, I do find that you made a knowing involuntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for you. All righty. Start it over. Ashley Durham? All right, how old are you, Ashley?
42,
And how much education do you have?
12.
All right, do you understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
And why'd you miss your court date?
I got my days mixed up.
Okay, when did you reschedule?
Uh, I think it was the same day, maybe the next
Yeah.
day. Next day, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna dismiss that.
Thank you.
Failure to appear. Did you get the registration?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have an insurance lapse and that's what caused it to be suspended?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna reduce the suspended registration to no tag.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll accept a guilty plea to no tag. I'll also accept a guilty plea to headlight violation. Was a light out?
No, ma'am, I just forgot to put them on.
Okay. I'll suspend the fine on the headlight violation.
Thank
On
you.
the, suspended registration reduced to no tag, I'll reduce that fine to, that fine will be $150. When can you pay that?
Give me 2 weeks.
I'll give you 30 days to pay.
Thank you.
I do find that you made a knowing and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for your plea.
Thank you.
All righty. Tyrell Hall?
How you doing?
All right. Mr. Hall, you are 27 and you have 12 years of education,
Yes, ma'am.
and you understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
All right. Why'd you miss your court date?
My mom ain't tell me till like that same morning, and then I ain't know what building it was in. I'm not from Albany.
Why would your mom need to tell you? She had the ticket.
Yeah, like no, she ain't had the ticket. I just had let her know, and then she just had reminded me like last second. So
Come on.
she did.
And then when I got another notice in the mail. I think it was in the mail saying that I should have been here too.
All right, so where you live now?
91711. I just moved there.
From,
1408 West Gordon.
okay, I thought you said you didn't live here.
No, I just I live here, but I was living in I'm from Florida. I'm from Orlando.
Okay,
So, but I don't know my way around. I don't know my way around.
how long
I've
you been here?
Like 2.5 years.
When did you see it?
Yes, ma'am. No, man, I just got them tickets.
Oh.
Couple weeks.
You had to learn your way around in 2 years.
It's,
Albany ain't that big.
I was staying in Americas for like a year and a half.
All right, Mr. Hall, on your failure to appear, we're gonna blame that on your mama. That's basically what you said.
No, I got it rescheduled the same day though. I got
All right, that'll be dismissed. All right, do you have a license or was it expired?
no, man, I never had no license.
Why?
Cause
Cause your mama drive you around everywhere?
no, they want 100K in fines, and I'm waiting on the statute of limitation of all that, so they can't subpoena me.
What happened?
Old conviction in Florida. SWAT standoff, so they trying to make me pay for all the police officers, all the equipment, everything that was used.
What? Standoff? What you have going on?
No, I had nothing going on. I didn't do nothing. Man, them folks say they never saw me a day in their life. I'm not the person who robbed them, but I still got hit with the less included. So circumstances, I was found in the house. So
You ain't have a lawyer?
I did. Listen, they don't care about that. Robbery rate too high out there. They want a conviction.
Did they ever get the people that did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Did you go to prison?
Yes, ma'am.
For how long?
5 years.
For something you didn't do?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
What are you doing now?
I work at Waffle House.
Which one?
The one by Steak and Shake.
Pretty good on the grill?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm gonna suspend your fine.
That's right.
Might come by this weekend.
Go ahead.
All right, you have a good one, all right? I
Yes.
dismiss the failure to appear. And I'll suspend the fine on the driving while license expired. Good luck
Yes,
to you,
ma'am.
okay?
Thank you.
All right. Gary Newberry?
Hello.
All right, Mr. Newberry, you are 57 and you have 15 years of education.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form?
I do.
Why'd you miss court?
I had dialysis that day and it caused me to forget. But I came down and renewed it.
And were you in a, accident?
Ma'am?
Were you in an accident with this red light?
No, ma'am. I just I turned right at the light and I guess I wasn't moving fast enough.
All right. I'm gonna dismiss your failure to appear. And I'll accept a no contest plea. On the red light violation, that fine is $93.20. Hold on 1 second, let me get this out. All right, when can you pay your fine of $93.20?
Can you give me a mic on that?
I'll give you 45 days to pay it, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I do find that you've made a known and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for your plea. And once again, I'm gonna dismiss the failure to appear, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
Right, Erica Dukes Johnson. All right, you are 45 years old and you have 14 years of education,
Yes, ma'am.
and you understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form.
Yes, ma'am.
Have any questions for me?
No, I don't.
Why'd you miss your court date?
Surgery. I had, 2 knee surgeries and 1 foot surgery. And the date that, I got the ticket, someone hit me from behind. That's how I end up with the no insurance, but I had insurance with the company that I had my car from.
Did you ever get the registration reinstated?
No, oh, I have this for you that they gave me from the office. It was, the car was totaled, so everything was totaled out.
Oh.
I have it right here.
All right, we'll pull it up. We got it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with regard to your failure to appear, I accept the plea of guilty. No insurance reduced to no insurance on person, that'll be a guilty plea. Suspended registration reduced to no tag, guilty. So when did you have your surgery?
I had surgery. My accident was in March, and I had it at the end of like 2 weeks, a week and a half later. I had knee surgery.
Was it because of the accident?
Yes, ma'am. But I had 2 prior to that, before that, because it jarred my knee again. After that, from being hit from behind. So I had to go, they had to go back in and take out tissue and everything.
Okay. All right. My knee hurt good listening to this.
Yes, ma'am. And they still messed up. I gotta have 2 more surgeries. Matter of fact, my birthday is on the 15th. I gotta have surgery on the 18th.
All right, well, anytime you have a court date coming up, if you have something like surgery, you're out of town or something going on, just know, if you notify the court ahead of time, they'll go ahead and reschedule you and you won't end up with a failure to appear.
Yes, ma'am.
So the fine for failure to appear is $100. No insurance, reduced to no insurance on person, I'm gonna suspend that fine. And the suspended registration would reduce to no tag, I'm also gonna suspend that fine, so you just have $100 for your failure to appear.
Yes, ma'am.
When can you pay that?
Can you give me to after my surgery, like maybe, I guess 30 days or the,
45 days?
yes, ma'am.
I'll give you 45 days to pay.
Oh, I do have one question.
Mhm.
With that, does it suspend your license or something? Okay.
All right, I do find you made a known and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for your plea. I reduced all those charges. That's why your license won't be suspended.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
no insurance will go in as a no insurance on person, and the suspended registration is being reduced to a no tag.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank
All
you.
right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Bowens, is it Connie? Kenny? Tonight, I would close it off. Tonight. All right. You're 24 and you have 12 years of education?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
Why'd you miss your court date?
At the time I was living with my mom and we were kind of like rocky on and off. So like I was traveling. I didn't get the mail that I
Did
had
you
court.
misplace the ticket?
I believe I did because I don't remember the dates.
Who's Ashley Baker?
My mom.
Y'all on good terms now?
Yeah, we are now.
Yeah, because she paid $890 something for you to get out of jail, didn't she?
Yes.
Okay. Speeding 56 and the 35. Did you ever get your license reinstated?
I did. I took a driving defense class and I had to look in a reinstating.
You still live at home?
I'm back living with my mom.
Sometimes you just have to do that.
Yeah.
And it's really okay.
Yeah,
It really is.
nothing wrong with it.
Daisha, it's okay. I've got a 24-year-old as well. I know how y'all think. Grown. I want to do what I want to do. Are you working in school?
I'm working. I work at home for Apple.
You work at home
Yeah, customer care. Yes, ma'am.
with Apple?
Yes, ma'am.
You help pay bills or mom lets you keep most of your check?
I just pay my insurance. Cause I have other siblings too, so they help her.
Okay.
So I just really pay my insurance and stuff like that. For the what was it, the 57 and the 35, 56 and the 35? I think I paid that ticket. They called me downtown, I think March, around the end of March of this year, and they told me I had to pay $200. I had a receipt in my car.
Where'd you go?
I went to the courthouse and I went upstairs to a room and it was like sheriff, police officers in there. I don't remember which room it was.
You have a receipt?
It's in the car. It's in my car.
All right. Matthew Bernard Cannon. All right. You are 36 and you have 12 years of education.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand your rights on this advice and waiver of rights form?
Yes, ma'am.
You have any questions for me?
No, ma'am.
All right. Why'd you miss court?
Was that court date for 2021, July?
September 6th, 2023.
Oh, 23. Yeah, I had the accident, lost my car, didn't have a ride. 2 weeks after that, lost my job. Then I got evicted. So we just had a lot of stuff going on around that time, and that court date was the last thing that came to my mind. I didn't really think about it until I got a notice about it.
You just got a notice?
Um, Earlier this year, yes, ma'am.
Do you still have the same vehicle?
No, ma'am, the vehicle was total.
Was it totaled in the accident?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You didn't have insurance either, did you?
No, I actually had just got done getting the vehicle fixed, so I had been in the shop for a while. So, and I just drove it around the corner to test drive it and ended up having an accident on my way back to the house. So I was right
You
up.
pulled in front of somebody?
Well, the way the intersection was made, you got a tree right here, and they say failure to yield, but it ain't a yield sign right there, and it's just coming off that street. When I came off that street, I didn't see that car coming, and ended up running out in front of him, and he hit the front end of my vehicle.
All right. On a failure to appear, I accept the plea of guilty, failure to yield while turning, no contest. I'll go ahead and reduce your suspended registration to no tag, and I will reduce your your no insurance on person. What kind of work do you do?
I work at Procter & Gamble, making tissue.
I can't hear you.
I make tissue, so
Oh.
at Procter & Gamble.
I'm not, I forget. Do you have a license? Where is it? All right, your fine for failure to appear is $100, failure to yield, accident, 125. Suspended registration, reduced to no tag, that's fines 150. No insurance, reduced to no insurance on person. I'll suspend that fine. That is 123.75. How long will it take you to pay your fine?
I can pay that next week.
I'm gonna give you 2 weeks to pay.
Okay.
I do find that you made a known and voluntary waiver of your rights, and there's a factual basis for your fees. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, can I, come back up? And you were in an accident?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll allow you to enter a no contest plea to the failure to yield. Failure to appear, that's guilty. I'm gonna reduce your suspended license to no license on person. Guilty plea. Now, why were you driving 56 in a 35-mile-per-hour zone?
Just doing stuff.
Doing stuff. What street you on?
Down Oglethorpe,
Where on Oglethorpe?
like going towards the bridge, the Civic Center.
Right by the police station? Yeah,
Okay.
you're going 20 miles over the speed limit past the police station. You're 24. Ah. Did you have to take a defensive driving school to get your license back?
Yes.
All right, I'm not gonna make you do it again. Failure to appear guilty. That fine is $100. Failure to yield with an accident, 125. Suspended license, reduced to no license on person. I'm gonna suspend that fine. And speeding 46 in a 35-mile-per-hour zone, that fine is $200. The reason it's so high is because, well, this is obviously for another ticket.
Oh, that was another ticket. Oh, I thought she told me it was for that.
Spend all your money on doggone speed tickets. How fast were you going on this?
I don't remember.
Let me see. Uh-huh.
Does it said it happened in like 2020?
So how is it that you, tell me how all this occurred? What happened?
How did what occur?
As far as you going up to the sheriff's department to pay this?
Well, after I got bonded out for the speeding and not showing up to court, I was in the drive-thru getting breakfast one morning and I received a call from the sheriff's office at the courthouse. And she was telling me that I had to pay a fee because the guy that wrote my ticket, he didn't put it, it wasn't on there. So she was saying I need to pay it before I go to court. And I went up there and paid it. And she told me to bring that receipt if you all ask for it.
Do you think this is part of her cash bond? That must be it.
Yeah, they didn't charge me for the speeding.
Yeah. When did she get the speed? When did you bond out of there?
the same day.
Yeah, that's, she got the same name. What I'm saying is, it looks like it's been sent, then when she paid the cash bond, she only paid the cash bond for the failure to deal, suspended license, and I don't know why they made her pay this as well, but she had a court date. And I forgot, what's the total cash bond your mom paid, 8 what?
It was like $894.
Oh. I think they probably put it in state court, and they should have put it here. Oh, I know it. I don't know why they didn't just put it back in the municipal court. It looks like they put it in the wrong place. And how much is it? 750.84, 122.20, and 100 something. Oh, you said 25. It's that 975. Yeah, that's what happened. And then they forgot to put the speeding ticket on, so she got the speeding ticket the same day. She had to bond out on that. She can't even like get it paid. Yeah. Well, no. You need to quit driving so fast.
I like fast cars.
All right, like fast cars, without license. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. You failure to appear, guilty, failure to yield, no contest, suspended license, reduced to no license on person, guilty. You're speeding 56 and a 35. I'm gonna reduce that to 46 and a 35 to keep you from being a super speeder.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna suspend the fine on that. All right? You've already posted a cash bond of $899.04. That's the $25 for them to appear, $123.20 for the failure yield, and $750.84 for the suspended license, reduced to no license on person. Total fines, $899.04. We're gonna, go in here and $450 cash bond that's already been posted. So that is all over and done with. And I'm suspending the fine and forfeiting the cash bond. Well, actually not suspending the fine, I'm forfeiting the cash bond you've already paid, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
That is it.
Thank you.
That is right. No, ma'am. That's it. All right, thank you. Okay. All right, is that it? Right, then we signed this stuff for probation. You too, Mr. Leffler?